Hi, this is the Myla Poole Show. Thank you for tuning in. This is my first show, by the way, and today I have a guest on my show that I've known for many years, and she has quite a testimony to tell, and she is very funny, very entertaining. You're going to enjoy this program. You're not going to want to turn that channel. Thank you, Renee, for coming on my show. Her name is Renee Hoobyar.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for having me on your show.
You're
You groovy chick, you. And I just like to say the word groovy because I'm old. But I really appreciate this, and I'm a native Turlockian. Yikes. I was born and raised here, and then lived in LA for 33 years, teaching college and working in film and video. And now I'm back.
And that's where I met you, in LA.
In Southern California. Yep, that's right.
And now I'm here in Turlock.
Exactly. Now we're in the Central Valley.
Modesto. What a great TV station. MYTV 26.
Yeah,
wow.
These guys are great. Very professional.
I didn't realize this, but this reaches ComCast Cable all the way out to San Pablo and parts of San Francisco. So more than 650,000 people can get this channel. Anyway, so what I wanted to discuss with you, you wanted to bring out something that you struggled with as a child. Both of your parents were educators, teachers. You went on to become a teacher. Your sister is a teacher. You taught college for how many years?
Just about 20. That's about all I could take. Kids, if you're in college, read the syllabus. Because when kids would be like, when's that due? It's like, what did the syllabus say? Talk to the syllabus first. Anyway, no, I just wanted to bring up something. You had said something, Myla, about how October is... It's
celebrating dyslexia, the month of... they're finding so many things in research on how to... There's over 86% of Americans that have dyslexia but don't even know that they have it. It's a learning disorder. Well, you know yourself, there's many different kinds of it. You said that when you saw a D, it looked like you pronounced it as a J, or was that an L, or what?
What's interesting to me is I didn't realize that letters weren't supposed to kind of dance around a little bit. And I didn't realize that when I was reading something, I had good comprehension, but it just took a while to figure it out. And then the other thing... You
were in third grade, or?
Yeah, and it just took a while to learn how to read things properly. And the other thing is, I could not spell. I still can't spell.
You can write.
I'm the world's worst speller. But the thing is, I just didn't know, and so I would get so frustrated. And I was taking German. That's the language I had to take.
She speaks German fluently, and Russian.
I speak it a little good.
A little good.
But the thing is, I would just get so frustrated when the German teacher would say, "Buchstaben Sie das Wort," spell the word. I'd be like, I did. And then if they said, look it up in the dictionary, because I was raised by two school teachers, they'd look that up in the dictionary. I would literally start at the first word in the dictionary and go all the way through to find something.
But in English, but not in
but
German.
I'm just saying, I just didn't know that these letters were all crazy, and I just
you were reading them backwards, like usually.
Yeah, it's just like I could start reading at the end of something and just get to the beginning. It was just all convoluted and crazy.
But you got through. You didn't get put back. A lot of kids, their parents will put them back, or their teachers, because they think that they're slow. Some even think they're retarded. I just read about that. And that's terrible. So you didn't have to go through that, even though you act retarded. I'm just kidding. No, your mom and dad knew that you were definitely not one to put back.
Well, they just
figured it out.
They just knew that I wasn't living up to my potential because I was a good reader and everything, but I just couldn't spell. So they hired tutors and this, that, and the other thing to try to help me out.
This was back in the...
This is back a long time ago.
In the 1800s?
Yes, exactly. I went to school never mind.
Back when Jesus walked the earth.
Exactly.
No, but
cavemen, troglodytes.
The 60s, when you were in elementary school,
oh my God,
right?
That makes it sound so terrible. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the 60s. Oh my gosh, I just touched the mic.
So back then it was even more of a puzzle and a mystery of, they just didn't know what to do. So a lot of people would, even today, they're embarrassed. They think that, they're dumb, and they just drop out and they become pretty much illiterate. They're 67 years. I've met someone in our neighborhood recently that was so sweet and honest with me about it, about how he had dyslexia, and his parents told him he was stupid and he just should get a job and quit 6th grade, and that's how it went. and it still goes on like that today, and it's kind of sad. So I'm glad that they have this month of October, dyslexia, appreciating, you know, the research of that, and they're raising money to find out what else they can do, different kinds of treatments for it.
And I think you can learn. I mean, I learned after, I didn't really know I had it until I had worked in film and video for about 10 years. And everything back then was edge numbers, and everything else was 16 millimeter film.
Like reel to reel?
Yeah, 16 millimeter, not shooting on video, but yeah. Little bird would go like this. But the thing is, it's like I didn't know that somebody would yell out the edge numbers. That's a EFJ, and I'd be like, and all the numbers were just so crazy in my head.
What happened? You said that when you reached 35 or something.
No. I was just gonna say when I was done with my film and video career, and I thought, I want to do something different. I'm tired of traveling the planet. Oh, what a burden! But
Germany and Russia,
and all over.
She was a missionary. That's
right.
A
Bible smuggler.
Smuggler. Yeah.
But we were working in film and video along the way and everything else. But what I was saying is, it's just interesting. I took a series of aptitude tests, and they were like, "You're really smart, but why can't you spell?" I'm like, "I don't know. That's why I'm here." And they gave me a series of tests to take, like your aptitude.
Who's they?
It was the Institute for Really Smart People. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was some aptitude test place in LA I remember going to. And they gave me these squiggly blocks to put together because I was thinking about becoming an architect. I would have been suicidal. But these squiggly blocks, and I was like sweating. I don't really sweat, but I was like, I couldn't put these together. I thought, I'm going to jump out the window here on Wilshire.
And you're in your late 20s? Or
yeah, because in early 30s. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this aptitude test said, you should go into teaching or public relations. So I ended up getting my master's in PR and then taught.
Communications.
Taught communications, right. Public relations for like 20 years. So a lot of things are more a theory versus sitting down in the black and white letters of it. Does that make sense?
I notice that when I'm reading with you sometimes that you read so fast, and she's like a walking dictionary, an encyclopedia, an atlas. I mean, she knows words, you know, the meanings of words. Ambiguous. I knew it meant unclear, but I didn't really know that. For years, I didn't know ambiguous meant unclear. But she knows like so many different words in the dictionary, and she just talks very articulate. And when she writes, the same thing. But then I've noticed when she reads so fast. I'm like, how do you comprehend what you're reading? You really read so fast, but do you still read backwards?
But I've kind of trained myself that...
You skip words?
I think it's because I'm half Assyrian, and think about it, all their alphabet is backwards. Just kidding. You know, I mean, they read from the right to the left.
Your first class tonight.
My first class tonight, taking an Assyrian class.
To learn how to speak your people's language.
Besides the swear words, okay? Anyway, but the thing is, it's I've kind of trained my eyes to when you read, you have to, you go this way, and then you come back and you go this way. Because before it would be like, I'd start here and look all over, and it was just very interesting.
But when grading papers as a teacher.
Oh my gosh, my poor students, they were the best, but oh my goodness gracious. Oh, gracious lad.
To grade papers. I
mean,
the
thing that was funny is I'd be going into a class and I'd say like, okay kids, let's turn to page 782. They're like, you mean 287? I'm like, you're the students, you should know where we are at school. But
so it's even numbers, not just letters.
Oh, good Lord, yeah, it's numbers. If somebody yelled out their phone number right now, it'd be just like hearing this.
That's so strange because living with you off and on for 10 years, you memorize numbers so well.
Dates,
she's like Rain Man.
I am. I just don't obsess about underwear. You know, my underwear from Penny's or wherever. What did Rain Man? Where did he want his underwear from? Kmart? I can't remember. Kmart sucks.
Jeff Wapner or Judge Wapner or something. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. So now that you have gone on to teach college for over 20 years, you got away with dyslexia by doing it your own way. You didn't go to treatment like a lot of people are doing now.
I just basically said, this is a weakness I have, so don't mock me because I'm grading you and I will flunk you.
What is that thing that you said that weakness is?
A weakness taken too far becomes a strength, but that will be for another segment.
You know, that's a lot of information to know in a short amount of time about dyslexia. There's so many people out there that have it, and are so ashamed to tell anyone they have it, but it's so common and prevalent in America. Don't be ashamed to tell people and get help, because there's so many things you can do, and it won't cost you a dime. Anyways, we're going to go to a commercial. We're going to come back and talk to Renee some more. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned in. She's got more to talk about.
Every journey begins with a single step. Are you ready to take yours? Here at Modesto Junior College, we can help you begin. The college offers a variety of programs and opportunities, including financial aid. MJC students can transfer to four-year colleges after graduating. Our instructors will prepare you for a successful future in the field of your choice. If you want a quality, affordable education with unlimited horizons, make Modesto Junior College your first step.
True fitness, true results. I'm here at Trade Fitness, we're a personal training studio only. We specialize in diet, strength conditioning, and we also offer MMA cardio kick classes, and we also have diet programs as well by themselves. A lot of people enjoy coming here simply because we are very isolated. We don't have a lot of the gym atmosphere. It's very one-on-one personal training. Everyone likes the idea of working with their trainer. If you hit us up and mention that you've seen our commercial on MyTV 26, you get a free training session. It is True Fitness!
Thanks for tuning in at the Myla Poole Show on MYTV 26. Renee Hoobyar is my guest today, and we're back. Tell us a little bit more about dyslexia, and then you wanted to go into something else that you've gone through that you know the viewers might need to know, that if they just don't give up on God or themselves like you did, the hard times you went through, hang in there. That's the premise of my show. They can do it too. If you can do it, they can. And you've been through a lot. I've known her for many years. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, before I do, I have a joke I need to tell you about dyslexia.
Oh gosh.
Do you know what a dyslexic agnostic does? They lay awake at night and wonder if there's a dog.
Oh gosh, that is so corny.
That is really bad. I come from a family of very corny jokes. But
when she doesn't try to be funny, she is so funny. When she tries to be funny.
But looks aren't everything. Just kidding. Okay. Well, the other thing I wanted to bring out, Myla, because your show has such a strong undercurrent of hope and helping people, because we all go through things in life where we feel like, oh, I'm not doing well enough, or I'm not
worthy enough, or I'm not
exactly
I'm alone, no one knows what I'm going through.
I'm not living up to my expectations or whatever. Right. And I just wanted to say, a lot of times with dyslexia, if you have any type of learning disability where you feel as if you're not able to understand and process information the way your neighbor is, or something else, your neighbor in school, you know, you're cheating on them. But you can get depressed. And I know probably in my 20s, I went through a really depressive time. I don't know how much it was tied to like not processing information correctly, but it was really interesting. And I ended up at, calling a suicide prevention clinic thing. And I just want to say, there's so many people, it doesn't matter your station in life, doesn't matter rich, poor, your nationality, whatever, people deal with depression and then they feel even more alone because they think nobody knows what I'm going through. And the thing is, like you said, just not giving up on yourself, having that relationship with the Lord to just say, help me, because I can't help myself. And that's what I think is interesting. Just don't let this, our whole life is like a film, like a big movie. Don't let this one frame speak for you. So if you're having a bad time, I've had crazy things, different things I've gone through, but not letting that snapshot define me, I think, is very important. For anybody listening who's dealing with depression, Myla is
even though when you snapped.
What do you mean?
No, when you snapped, like the show snapped, you had a nervous breakdown, literally, because after you went to graduate school, you went through this time where the jobs that they were giving you.
Oh, it was just, I felt like, when I say snapped, it was like, that's where I ended up.
And it had to do a little bit with the dyslexia too, right?
Yeah, all this stuff coming together, but snapping in the sense of just reaching rock bottom. I was crying one time so hard, just being so depressed about work and job and everything else, I actually blew a blood vessel in my eyeball. Whoa. That's when it was time to get some help, see a good therapist, get on some antidepressant medicine, and so I wouldn't go crazy. But and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, most people are.
We all
most
have
people need something. But anyway, but I just, because your show is based on that and helping people not give up.
Don't feel alone ever, because one thing you can depend on, that one person who will never leave you or forsake you is Jesus, is God. He will never leave you or forsake you. I love my mother, I love my sisters, I love my brothers, but sometimes they're not there for us, but He will never leave you. Sometimes we feel like God's left us and we're all alone, and He's forgotten us. I'm the forgotten one. Maybe I'm worthy of that. Maybe I'm worthless. Maybe He has reason to hate me. I went through that for a while, a long time ago, and I know what that feels like. It's a terrible place to be, to live in fear. And you know what? But hope is the only thing stronger than fear. And hope is a good thing, and a good thing never dies. So that's one thing I love about hope. We can't even have faith without hope.
But the thing is, having hope, and I know the viewers will get to know you, Myla, as you talk about your testimony and the things you've gone through. I mean, this girl has gone through some things that you wouldn't even believe. Stephen King couldn't think of the stuff.
Yes.
But the thing is, it's almost like the verses too, forgetting what lies in the past and pressing forward, and also not comparing yourself to others.
It's actually it makes you stronger when you conquer things, the unthinkable things that you look back. I look back in retrospect. How did I go through that and not be in a straitjacket, rocking back, swing low, drooling in a padded room? You know, people think that can't have happened to you, Myla. You'd be crazy. You'd be hating men, and if that really happened to you. And I didn't even have my own family believe in me, but I have hospital reports and the police reports and things that prove it. And it hurts me when I have to actually prove, through that.
You
know what?
You had.
It's pretty.
I'm not trying to get ahead here with your show, but I mean, you had a very abusive marriage that you went through.
I was only 15. I got pushed into a marriage, and
so
that was really bad. Yeah. My dad had just got killed, and my mother was in a bad place. All my sisters are married to ministers, so they thought, well, Myla, you should marry this minister, and this is a good thing. He's a good man, but he was a master manipulation, great on television, and evangelist, handsome, and treated me like a queen in front of people, but behind closed doors it was like living with Satan. And I can't, I'm not going to say who it is, but
well, I'm just saying that you have your own story.
I still don't hate anyone. I wish the best for everyone. I think that everyone can be forgiven, but sometimes I wonder if have you ever seen the movie Meet Joe Black? If some people are born into this world, I know it's not biblical. I grew up Pentecostal, but I know it's not biblical. But I wonder if some people are born like my mother, like an angel. I mean, she literally was like an angel. She really was. She was selfless. She gave when she didn't have. I don't know. I'm not prejudiced. My mother really was an angel. But then Satan, the husband, there's evil and there's sociopaths, because I'm a cognitive behavioral therapist. There's different kinds of people that have the ability to feel empathy or guilt.
True.
But this was pure evil, so it makes me wonder sometimes if there are people that are born and they don't have souls, they're demons, to help try to deceive us, because Satan's the master of deception, master of lies, and that little voice you hear in your head, oh, you're not going to make it, that's not, come on, you do this, it's okay, just go to the club, smoke a cigarette, have one drink, and then one thing leads to another. Next thing you know it, you're on crack. But
Live it on the streets.
But my point is that little voice in your head is saying that you can't do it. That's not the truth. That's not even your voice. That's not anyone but Satan. Don't listen to him. He's a liar. One thing about it is, if you say the very name of Jesus, he has to flee. And I know this is a show that doesn't speak about religion, but it is God-centered and Christian-based. And I want to encourage you to know that you're not alone, and God has not forgotten you, and you are worthy, and hang in there. And Renee will let you know if you have a problem with depression. That is the number one disorder in the world, depression, then anxiety.
The whole premise of somebody in this television show and helping people who have gone through things, who are feeling depression, for you to be able to give them hope, that's the best thing that somebody can plug into.
And you, through your testimony, God through us, as His instruments, through your testimony, through my show, thanks to NYTV, Jay Frida and Parisha, we have this show. And
Great
I
folks.
really know without a shadow of a doubt, I know this show is going to reach a lot of people. Thanks again for tuning in to the Myla Poole Show, and we'll see you in a couple of days. I'm going to be filming Dr. William Hinchman, and he's my next guest. So tune in. You will love his testimony as well.
Just let me